Okay, I know you can't see me really. Um that's okay. I'm kind of just this is gonna be just me talking. Right now I am trying to sew up my sleeping bag. I don't have the heavy duty one that my mom got me because I'm gonna try um when things like settle down and then I also have like the gas money to get out to my storage unit. I'm gonna try and repair it because it's got like the catch for the zipper um is just like broken off completely. It was very cheaply made. Like the zipper in its entirety. It's kind of crazy because it's double the price of this sleeping bag right here. Main reason my mom got it for me though was because we were supposed to be getting like really freezing temperatures, and that sleeping bag is supposed to be built for 15-degree weather, while this one is only built for 30-degree weather. But not only did it barely fit me, like it fit me, but it was like the closest to a perfect fit for anything that I was ever gonna get. Um, but it was like the zipper component was just so cheaply done. Um, I just like I couldn't believe it. Um, and it's just so bulky that as things started warming up around here, I put it driving me crazy, and I just kept like my thinner sleeping bag with me as things started to get colder again. Because this is Alabama, so weather seasons they don't actually matter. We don't do consistency in this state. No, why would we do that? Um, so I'm repairing my sleeping bag. It ripped this morning. We're supposed to get temperatures down to like in the 20s and I think also down to 20. Um which again this one is built for 30-degree weather. I also do have a big fluffy blanket. I have my hat on. Um so I'm going to like hope for the best. But it's better to have this thing at its full capacity than to not have it at all or to have it with a hole in it, like a big hole because of the zipper and the way it broke. Which this thing lasted a lot longer because the heavy duty one that cost twice as much broke the very day that I got it. But the like this one that actually like to me felt like it was cheaper made at first. Um it's lasted about 5 months. I want to say that's as long as I've had it. I'd have to check. But before it started like showing any signs of breaking. And I've washed it a few times too, so it's gone through the washer. I don't think that these were like meant to be used long term like this, but I very much appreciate that it has lasted this long. I'm also not using regular thread, by the way. A few months ago I had ordered some curtain panels. I still have them. I have like one package of them in my car and then the others in my storage unit. And so I got upholstery thread because I was going to cut them and turn them into like shades for my car windows so that when the school bus comes, the kids are not subjected to see me all the time and their parents wouldn't have to ask questions. And maybe that would like stave them off from calling the cops on me. Because I have had the cops call on me twice before. I think given that they know now that I'm not a criminal, I'm not anyone creepy, don't even have like any sort of like criminal history. Um, and that I'm not trying to cause any problems for anybody's day. And I'm being like respectful as I possibly can about like the noise that I create around here. Um, that like they've just like calmed down on that. But I was planning on making curtains for my to like try and help me with that situation. Didn't end up getting around to it because I lost the thread and then um I lost the needles, got more needles, after finding the thread, lost the thread again, then lost my scissors. I have two pairs of scissors, couldn't find either. But then I found like my smaller pair of scissors, but then still couldn't find the thread. Like had the needle, still couldn't find the thread. But then I found the thread. However, then I lost the pair of scissors, the one pair of scissors that I found. So I'm now using the knife that I got. It's just like a cheap kitchen knife, but it's short to cut things. And with my track record of two freak accidents on my right hand that caused significant damage to my right hand, I would call significant damage. I'm trying to be careful, definitely trying to be careful. But I'm using the upholstery thread. I do have regular thread. I got regular thread because I actually need to sew up the pockets on the very jacket that I'm wearing. This jacket is over 20 years old. I actually commandeered it from my former foster father when we were getting placed with my adopted mother. And so it is it is an old jacket. It is a Faded Glory men's jacket. And when I commandeered it, it was super sized on me. But I love that it has zippered pockets and I use it to hold my dinosaurs, my little dinosaur figurines that I had. Oh my gosh, I love dinosaurs. I love like lizards, reptiles, like an amphibians, the like. Oh my gosh, I was very much into that shit. Um, so I have regular. I also need to sew up the pocket on one of the dresses that I thrifted. It's got like a much smaller hole because like the pockets on this jacket are like the holes are huge. Okay, like this thing has seen its better days, but it's still holding on. It's still holding on. So we're just gonna keep repairing and moving forward. As they say in Meet the Robinsons, keep moving forward. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. That's my favorite Disney and Pixar movie. Lilo and Stitch is my favorite Disney movie. If you weren't aware and you wanted to know for whatever reason, now you know. So we're just gonna keep moving forward. But I'm using the upholstery thread instead of the regular thread. Um, because I'm hoping that it holds up better, like it feels like it has a thicker like hold to it. So I'm hoping for the best. And I'm also using what my aunt told me was a blanket stitch. I am very much a self-taught sewer, sewing person. Can't think of the word right now. But I'm very much self-taught. To the point where I don't know how to do any sewing with a machine. Because that has always been overwhelming for me. And doing a blanket stitch and a straight stitch are kind of the only stitches that I really know how to do. And I kind of just found out how to do the blanket stitch by experimenting one day. And then my aunt told me that that was a blanket stitch. It is very similar to those stitches that you find around like the felt blankets, if you know what I mean. Um, so I'm using that because I think it'll hold better than a straight stitch would. So I'm about almost halfway because like it was a large rip in the zipper, but I'm almost halfway there. It is taking me longer. This is the longer route, like in my opinion, than just doing a straight stitch like down the line. However, however, I feel like this one is gonna hold up better. Especially like given all like the movements that I gotta make being homeless and living in my car. So we're just gonna hope for the best. I'm not trying to be here all night though doing this because for one thing, it's supposed to get like super cold and I want to be like in my sleeping bag before I go to sleep. And I'm getting real tired as is, but also because I gotta get up early. I can make it to the place and find the golden biscuit so that I can get free breakfast from Jack's for a month because your girl is currently like down to her last few dollars, so I will be oh dang it. So I will be surviving off of meal replacement shakes soon enough. Like, here. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, we're gonna see if we can make this work. Oh, damn it, I'm not gonna be able to make that work. Okay, yep. Okay. So basically, what just happened, because I know you can't see it, if I'm gonna try to do this off camera, is I'm using a longer piece of thread so that I wouldn't have to keep like redoing the needle. Unfortunately, that has made it so it got knotted. Trying to find so I can just grab another needle here and don't have to worry about unraveling the thread. Because for this one, I'm just gonna take it as far as it'll go. Okay, this one's like a thick one though. So, no, this won't work. We'll try it. We will try it. I'm gonna take this as far as it'll go. And we shall see. Okay, I gotta cut this. Be careful. Come on, now. Okay, seriously? That's what I was trying to off. There we go. I don't know if, like, what's being offered, like, because they said breakfast for a month. And to me, a breakfast means at least a breakfast special. Come on now. Which I actually found out that, if you are like me and you don't necessarily need all that much of gravy, um, because the breakfast special, if you're not from the South or like have a Jack's location, um, it's got scrambled eggs. Oh my gosh, my nose! Everything is just like really irritating the ever loving shit out of me right now. Um, it's got scrambled eggs, your choice of either sausage or bacon, and then it's got like a big thing of gravy, a biscuit, and some grits with some fake butter in it. And found out today that if you're like me and you don't need all that gravy for the biscuit, especially when you're just gonna um like use grape jelly anyways, and you really don't have the extra money to get the breakfast deluxe or to just get like another freaking biscuit, then you can swap out like the gravy to get hash browns. I did not know that. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can do it to like swap it out to get like any other side. Like I would guess, but I didn't know you could do that at all. I'm not gonna lie, because I would go through the drive-through, and I started putting the gravy in my grits to like season them because they don't want to give you a lot of salt and pepper packets, and I just can't do bland food to save my life. And I'm being so serious. Like if they told me that like my cholesterol was rising and like I needed to um like lower whatever, I just wouldn't be able to do it. Now, I don't think that that's ever gonna happen. If it does, I'm screwed because I also have like a sodium deficiency and I need a lot of salt. Like, at the very least, I need a lot of salt. So, like, I'm hoping that there are no conflicting health issues that arise because, please. But, ooh, looky there, there's not that much left to do. I say as if it's not like at least 7 inches of zipper to sew. But I got this. I got this. I haven't drinking any Coke tonight because I knew that I needed to get this done. For those of y'all who don't know, there are actually some of us with brains. Oh man, am I gonna have to sew that up? I might have to do one singular stitch for that. Um, there are like at least like 50% of us with ADHD whose brains get calmed down by things like caffeine and other stimulants alike. Um, not for sugar. Sugar is what like activates my brain. But caffeine's gonna make me sleepy. It's gonna knock me out. I'm gonna feel like groggy the next morning. Like the whole works. It's one of the reasons. Actually, I don't mind drinking diet soda. But you know what's crazy though is that I got Sprite Zero, and you might be wondering what's the freaking point of Sprite Zero if it's zero sugar because Sprite is already caffeine free. And I don't know about anybody else, but for me, it's great to wean myself off of like regular soda because it really tastes so freaking similar. It's got like such like a similar experience to Sprite. So I like it. Like I really freaking like and like that might change like as soon as the wind changes direction, who knows. But I really, really like it right now. Um because the thing is, for those of y'all who might say, well just do sparkling water. It's not the same. It's not the same. That freaking uh Olipop and Poppy shit. Now I will say Olipop is a lot better than Poppy. And like the flavors that I've tried. I've actually been able to drink more flavors of Olipop than I have of Poppy. But it's not the same. It is not the same. So, and here's the thing too. I don't freaking care. I don't freaking care if it's just got like chemicals in it or whatever. I will take the chemicals at this point. I will take the chemicals. I am here for a good life, not a long one. I will take the chemicals. Um and also I like it because they've got those restrictions now and Alabama is starting to partake in those restrictions with food stamps and they classify soda as any drink with carbonated water and sugar or cane sugar as the first two ingredients. Well, Sprite Zero has carbonated water, but it doesn't have sugar or cane sugar as the second ingredient. In fact, I'm pretty sure it uses. Okay, here's. I know. Everyone says it's aspartame. I know. But my brain, when I first saw it, I read it as aspartame, and that to me is a much cooler name. Therefore, I will say it's aspartame. Instead of like that's the artificial sweetener that it uses. And the reason I'm fine with chemicals as well is because our body is made up of chemicals. Like what? Come on. It's not like I'm out here like trying to like drink poison. Actually, I'm pretty sure some of the things that I used to drink when I was like in the bathtub. Actually, you know what? We're not gonna talk about that when I was like my childhood. We're not gonna talk about like making potions and then consuming them because I needed to save my own life because I was clearly the main character and the supporting characters in my one person production in the bathtub as a 7-year-old child. Anyways, we're not gonna talk about that. Yeah, so I'm getting this ready. I'm getting this ready. Now, obviously, like the bigger stitches, like the wider you make the stitches, regardless of what stitch you do, the shorter time it's going to take you. But in my opinion, if you do it right, the shorter the stitches, um, like meaning the more stitches that you have to do and the more time it takes, the better the hold. And that's what I am going for in this very moment. I'm just also hoping, because I don't have any straight pins, so I'm hoping that I don't fuck this up. Because that would be tragic if I made it to where I couldn't use the freaking zipper. I'm not sewing along where the teeth of the zipper are. I'm sewing like where the edge opposite of the teeth are. Something that I have like found um in like recently like rediscovering myself and whatnot, and like thinking back to the way that I used to be in like my happiest times, my happiest moments and years and whatnot, and like well months out of the years, is that something that I haven't been able to do in a while that used to really freaking help me is I would suck on peppermint, whether it be like those little like circular starlight mints or like on a candy cane. Oh man, when Christmas time came, best believe I was in full on crafting mode. But I haven't been able to do that. Like I would be able to lock in and everything, and like the peppermint would make things so much better for me. Like it would even clear up my sinuses. I would use peppermint oil, put it in like an oil warmer, and like I would be able to breathe like I had new lungs that actually worked. And I haven't been able to do that because I've had cats. And peppermint is like mint of any kind really is toxic to cats. So I haven't been able to experience that in a while. And while that may be frustrating, because I also can't use citronella anything because that's also toxic to cats. I can't even think about using lavender because that's also toxic to cats. But the thing is that because I have Gubby now. Gubby's is the one that's been sticking through me with everything. He's the last one that I have, and like that's my baby boy. I wouldn't trade him for anything like on this planet, okay? Like wouldn't trade him for anything. So while it probably would help me, I'm not I'm not I'm not giving him up. I'd rather give that up. I'd rather give up the peppermint and like the mental clarity. I just probably just need to get back on my ashwagandha. I think I have some with me. I just haven't taken it. I don't know. We'll see if I can get back with starting that. I have like just like a little bit left to go, but this is already just like too long for anybody to really have stayed with. Um, so see you in the next one. I'm gonna try to actually start making more and being more consistent with it. I just like I'm not gonna lie, I hit like emotional burnout and everything was just making me like hate life. So we'll see. All right, bye guys.